the number one productivity hack that has literally revamped my entire being. It has changed my entire life for the better. A few months ago, I read a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. This book was phenomenal. I mean, usually when I buy books, I'm on Amazon and I'm looking them up and I'm trying to see what the books are about, what the reviews are, the bad things, the good things. And the book had pretty good reviews. There was some bad ones, but the bad ones all said that it was pretty basic information kind of put into a book. So I was kind of skeptical about it, but I just felt inspired to read it. So I did. Needless to say, it changed my entire life around. With the Miracle Morning, the whole premise of the book is to wake up in the morning and accomplish, a good start to your day. How many of us just wake up, hear the alarm clock, hit snooze a couple times, go back to sleep, wake up, hit snooze a couple times, then jump out of bed and we're all flustered trying to hurry up and get our hair done, get our makeup on, get our clothes on, things like that. Well, in reality, that flustered start to your day, that stressed and anxiety-ridden start to your day sets the precedence for what the rest of your day will be. And so in this book, the whole goal is to sort of wake up on a slow start, but doing these certain things to get you in the right mindset. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the first 20 minutes of after you waking up is the most vulnerable time period for your subconscious. And so if you're doing things like hitting the snooze button, you're sending a message to your subconscious that your day isn't important, or that adjusting to the time that you set to be up is not important, right? If you're waking up and the first thing you're doing is scrolling through your Facebook timeline and you're seeing all this drama, you're sending that kind of message to your subconscious. So I really want you to think about it. What message are you sending yourself first thing in the morning? Those first 20 minutes are most important. So the gist of this book is there is 6 things that you are supposed to do, and the acronym is SAVERS, SAVERS, SAVERS. So the first thing is that you're supposed to do silence. That's what the S stands for. The A stands for affirmations. The V stands for visualization. The E stands for exercise. The R stands for reading. And the S stands for scribe. So that's the gist of your morning, is SAVERS. And so I base my entire morning off of it, and I promise you it has increased my productivity. It has kept me super focused. It keeps me super energetic. Like, as you can tell, it's 5 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm like wide awake, like it's 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, it's 6 now, and I just finished my SAVERS. So, but I woke up at 5 and I was, just as energetic. I actually look forward to it. There was one point where I was waking up every day at 3:30 in the morning because I was so excited to do these things. I feel like it kind of gets me rolling on the right foot. So anyways, I'll give you an example of what my mornings look like. So the first thing I do is I sit in my prayer room for about 5 minutes and I just do nothing but silence. After that silence time, I usually break into prayer for a little bit. There's not really a time frame that I put on it, but I'd say no more than like 5 minutes. The thing about the silence that was tricky, when I first started, I was kind of resistant and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do this. And so I'd spend my silent time laying in bed regrouping, but then I'd, make excuses to why I needed to fall back asleep. And so what I do is I force myself to physically get out of my bed and go sit up straight, and I sit in silence. So sometimes that may look like meditation, but for the most part, it's simply silence. And I'm just, processing. For my A's, I write down all of my affirmations. I journal them. When you're writing them down, you begin to internalize them. And so I write down my affirmations. So one of my affirmations is, I am a highly sought after personal development coach. I run a successful business. And I always make my affirmations towards me. So I'll say, I, Nicolia, am a highly sought after coach. I, Nicolia, have time freedom. I, Nicolia, have a successful business. I, Nicolia, am debt free. Those are examples of some of the affirmations that I write down, and I journal those. Then for the V's, I stand in front of my vision board and I visualize what those things mean to me. I visualize what my life will look like once I accomplish those things. And standing in front of my vision board is awesome because the longer I had done this, the more I realized there's certain things on my vision board that I've already started accomplishing. Like one of the things I put on my vision board over a year ago was wanting to be an early morning riser and wanting to start my morning off on the right foot. And so I had this really pretty picture of a sunrise. And every time I see that now, it inspires me me and makes me smile, makes me super excited. So that's my V. And then for E, I exercise. I kind of cheat with this exercise and reading one. I kind of merged them together. So I have a recumbent bike in my basement. And so I do about 15 minutes on my recumbent bike. And while I'm doing that 15 minutes, I do my reading. I usually get about 15 or 16 pages done. So about a page per minute. Not the fastest reader, but decent time. And my goal every day is to read at least 10 pages of a good personal development book. That's how I'm able to continue to feed this information to you, because I'm continuing to feed it to myself. And so in that route, I accomplished both my V and my E. I accomplished both my exercise as well as my reading, and those are done. And then the last thing that I do is I scribe, which is journal. And so I write down my feelings. My new journaling technique is gratitude. I feel like you must have an attitude of gratitude in order to be optimistic and see the bright side of things. And that's a big mindset trick that I use, not only for myself, but for my clients. And so I journal my gratitude. I journal the things I'm grateful for. One of the quotes that someone asked me one time, and I kind of stick with it, is, what if you woke up tomorrow with only the things you were thankful for yesterday? And it kind of gave me this, like, wide-eyed look, deer in headlights look, because I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I overlook that I'm not always grateful for. The fact that I have a roof over my head, the fact that I have health, the fact that I have a house, the fact that I can walk. I mean, there's people that can't even walk. There's just these simple things that we often overlook. And so that is my new technique, is journaling my gratitude. And so again, the whole morning routine is summed up in SAVERS. SAVERS stands for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribe. So those are 6 steps. And I promise that if you apply those to your life, like, you will see such a major turnaround. You will feel excited. You will feel refreshed. You will feel regrouped. And you will be ready and rolling, ready to go and start your day on the right foot. So let me know, guys, in the comments, different things you guys have tried in the morning. Things that have worked, things that haven't. Oh, before I go, I actually practiced this with my church group and was giving some information. And I had one of my friends in my church group who shared with me that she absolutely despises mornings. And I'm like, oh, I completely get it. And so one of the things I recommended for her was to slowly roll her morning back. And so she started off waking up at 8 a.m. and we rolled it back 15 minutes for a week straight. So she rolled it back to 7:45 for one whole week. And then the week after that, it was 7:30 for one whole week. And then the week after that, it was 7:15 for one whole week. And the week after that, it was 7 o'clock for one whole week. You get the gist. Now she's up at 6 o'clock in the morning and she loves it. She sends me like a good morning text almost every morning, a Bible verse or something, just to greet me, because she's so excited about the progress that she's made and the impact that the Miracle Morning has had on her life. So thanks, Hal Erod. And you guys definitely try it out. Let me know what you think. Have a wonderful day and get your day started off on the right foot. Talk to you guys later.